Hey folks, today I wanted to sit down and do a bit of a get ready with me, a chit chat get ready with me, because I've had a lot of thoughts about content creation and about YouTube and about the beauty community a lot lately. And I was inspired to do this video today where I watched my friend Audra do a live stream on YouTube, talking about the beauty community, talking about just like content creation in general. And I've been making content for a really, really long time. So I've had some thoughts lately and I figured I could put some makeup on because I haven't really put any makeup on lately. And I bought some earrings from Spirit Halloween the other day and I wanted to wear them and make a look out of them. They're Barbie. No, these aren't the Barbie ones. I did get Barbie ones too. I got Barbie ones too, but these ones are just 80s costume. Literally the costume that it was there for was just the 80s, which is one of my favorite things when they're like, oh, this decade that none of you lived in, here's a Halloween costume. Okay. It's just very funny. So let's just put some makeup on while I talk about kind of how I'm feeling about content creation, how I'm feeling about makeup, how I'm feeling about the beauty community, which I don't even know what it is half the time anymore. I'm just gonna talk about stuff for a little bit, okay? But while I do my foundation, what's a better time than now to head over to Admiral Abigail to talk about today's sponsor, Warby Parker. Today's video is sponsored by Warby Parker. I've been wearing Warby Parker glasses for over 8 years now, and I can't recommend the brand enough. Not only do they have well-made and stylish glasses and sunglasses, they also provide exceptional vision care online and in stores. If you've never tried Warby Parker's 5 at-home try-on program, it's super simple. On their website, you can take a quiz to narrow down what you might like, with questions about the shape, color, and material preferences, to name a few things. From there, you get to choose 5 pairs of glasses to try for free for 5 days. And you aren't obligated to buy any of them after those 5 days. Plus, they include a shipping return label, so it's entirely free, no purchase necessary. Warby Parker glasses start at $95, including prescription lenses. And if you're in need of a new prescription, you can book eye exams at a number of their locations right on their website, as well as order contact lenses. I now own 5 pairs of Warby Parker glasses with my current prescription. These are all my personal pairs, and I love having different styles to choose from to match my mood or my style that day. I have metal frames, acrylic, transition lenses, blue light glasses, and sunglasses. I've tried so many pairs of glasses over the years, and each time I've gotten one from Warby Parker, I have worn it for years, and the only time I've needed to get a new pair is when my prescription is out of date. I actually should get a new prescription soon. Warby Parker styles range from narrow to extra wide to suit all face shapes and preferences. And with all the measurements listed on their website and their virtual try-on via the Warby Parker app, you can really get a good idea of how things are going to fit even before ordering your try-ons. So if any of this sounds great to you, to try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free, go to warbyparker.com/Abby. That's warbyparker.com/ABBY. Thank you again to Warby Parker for sponsoring today's video. Now that my foundation is done, let's talk about the community. If you hadn't noticed, I have not been that great at uploading. I have not really been that super regular about uploading, and I totally realized that there are definitely some months where I'm like, oh crap, I forgot that I had videos that I needed to make this month for reasons. And then when I come up with an idea and I'm like, okay, I have this idea, it's gonna be really fun, and then I go for weeks without uploading a video. I like making the videos that I do make, don't get me wrong, like I'm not making stuff that I don't like, but the difference is there's just a lot less things that I want to make videos about now. And I think it's been a pretty consistent decline in the kind of beauty community and in the YouTube community as a whole, I would say since like 2019. And then when COVID hit, it got even worse. It got even more to the point where people really weren't interested in the newest makeup products and seeing releases and reviews and everything. So the pandemic was definitely like a big catalyst to the general ennui about the makeup community and about beauty content in general. I saw an article last year that talked about, they're like, oh, is this the end of foundation, the end of cover makeup and stuff like that? And they were basically just talking about how now the industry has switched to so much skincare focus. And rather than having you spend like a ton of money on like different levels of base products and then contour powders and then contour creams and then setting powders and baking powders and all this stuff, now they're focusing on selling you all these different skincare products that will help your skin in some way, shape, or form. Now, I don't own a lot of skincare products. I kind of stick to what I know and what I like. So that's generally not something that I'm super interested in as far as the beauty community, because I have sensitive skin and I can't really go and try a bunch of the products all the time. So I kind of stick to what I know. I've been using the same foundation for like probably a decade at this point, realistically. And I don't really see myself stopping unless they discontinue it. Bare Minerals, if you ever discontinue my foundation, I will show up at your headquarters. Very unhappy. Anyway, besides the constant releases that were happening back in 2019, 2020, and then the switch from YouTube focusing to TikTok, as far as like where the beauty community is centered now and where it's thriving, and the kind of shift in the kinds of products that brands are pushing and the kinds of products and tutorials that people are doing. Because I don't know about you, I mean, I'm 34 and I've been putting on makeup on my face for close to 2 decades now. And I think I know what I like and how it works for my face. Like, I don't necessarily need to have like all these like foundation tips and tricks. Like, I like different eyeshadow colors and different eyeshadow formulas. Those are the things that get me excited. But when it comes to like technique or anything, I'm not really changing how I do my makeup that often, you know? It's something that I do when I want to do it. It's something that I do when I'm filming, when I'm streaming, when I'm bored, but I'm not doing it as often. I'm not doing it when I go to work. I think because masks became such a normalized thing and such a helpful thing, I wasn't wearing makeup to work. I wasn't wearing makeup out because I wasn't going anywhere. And it just made it that I wasn't excited about makeup in the same way that I used to be. And I've seen that as a really common thing amongst a lot of people within the beauty community, especially people who are in the smaller beauty community. You have people like Audra, who has been switching to more like commentary-based videos, which I've really, really enjoyed seeing because I really like seeing my friends make things that they actually are excited about. I don't like pushing myself to make something that I'm not stoked on. And I don't like seeing other people pushing themselves into making things that they're not excited about. And I think that's where my biggest kind of problem is right now. Because, if you didn't notice, and if you didn't notice on my Twitter feed, if you looked at my subscriptions, I kind of don't really pay that much attention to makeup anymore. And when I do, it's mostly for a video. I will just say that. Like, the last several anti-hauls, I like making those, by the way. I don't dislike making the anti-hauls, but it's not something that like is in the front of my mind the entire month the way that it used to be. I'm not mad about it because I found activities that I really like doing and things that I don't want to say like hyper-focused or hyper-fixated on or like special interest or anything, but like I've noticed in my age of 34, I don't have the bandwidth all the time for like so many different hobbies that take up so much of my time, you know? With makeup, that was such a big thing for me for such a long time because I was in the YouTube community. I've been making YouTube videos for close to 14 years now at this point between my first and my second channel. It was a natural progression because it was the stuff I was watching at the time. Because I was just getting into makeup and I was like, oh my god, what is this world of all this like cool stuff? Now I'm kind of like, I know what I like, I know what I'm gonna use, I know what I'm gonna buy, and that's just kind of how it is. So now I have all of these different hobbies and activities and things that I like watching content about, making content about, whether it's I'm streaming or making YouTube videos. Like, I've gotten back into music. I've gotten really back into music lately, which has been really nice because I spent a long time like being very like passively aware of things, and I would be like, oh, this band has a new music out, what? Now I'm like getting stoked on new music again, which is, it's nice because it used to be like one of my biggest joys. And I posted about this on Twitter a couple weeks ago because my sister went to Bumbershoot and I didn't, and we were planning on going initially. And then after we got COVID last month, or at least after Josh and I got COVID last month, and cases started going up again, I didn't feel comfortable being in a large crowd right now. And I had a moment where I was like, it's kind of heartbreaking to think about the fact that the thing that brought me so much joy for so long, I'm like scared of now because of the state of the world, because of the collective PTSD that the entire country and the entire world has about this. And because of that, the like my anxiety becoming more noticeable and more something that affects me on a day-to-day basis. I've had a lot of these kind of realizations lately. Again, did I say last year was the year of realizing things? 2023 is also a year of realizing things. Was 2023 the year of realizing things? I don't know. I don't remember when I said that. I kind of want to do like a pink and green moment. Let's try that. Using Flamingo from the Kaleidos Escape Pod. Anyway, what was the point I was trying to make? The things that I used to find so much joy in, I don't really care about as much anymore, or it scares me. In the case of going out to festivals and like being around a lot of people. Now, I have found stuff like anime and manga that brings me so much joy because it's something that Josh and I share and it's something that we enjoy together. And then like video games, The Sims, it's such a huge thing that I got into during the pandemic, and I'm somewhat of a gamer now. It's fun. It's really fun. I'm just not paying that much attention to makeup. I'm not paying that much attention to brand social media, like much at all. I used to be so clued into that all the time, and I gotta tell you, it's kind of nice to not constantly be being like focusing on stuff that is outside your control to an extent, and focusing on things that only bring you negative energy, you know? For me, the anime and the manga and the video games, stuff that I'm into now that I kind of shifted the energy that I had for makeup over to. That is kind of where I have this internal struggle with making YouTube videos, because I don't dislike making them. I like making videos. I like hanging out with you guys. I like talking to you guys. And I really like talking to people on Twitch. It's really fun there. I have a lot of fun over on Twitch. And I don't not want to make videos, but it's like I used to be so YouTube social media minded and focused that now it'll get to the end of the week sometimes and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't film a new video this week. Oh well. And I'm okay with that. I really am. I'm okay with it. I know it's not great for the algorithm. It's not great for analytics, but at this point, I'm too old and I've been doing this for too long to try and appease an algorithm so much to where it feels like I'm making something just to make it, and I'm making something just as a job, because this isn't a job for me in the traditional sense, because I don't make a living off of it, really. It makes me some money. It's like a side hustle thing, and it's really nice that it gets to do that, and that I get to do that, and that I've had this for so long. But I'm at the point where I'm like, if something isn't fun for me to do, if something isn't an activity that brings me joy, why am I doing it? You know? I just know that like I haven't really watched like much makeup content at all this year. I really haven't. And part of it is because the people who I used to watch really aren't making content anymore. They switched over to TikTok, or the people who I never really watched, I still don't watch. People like James Charles. And a lot of the people who I also used to watch have gone down different routes of content that I'm like not into. Like anybody who makes like mommy vlog content now, I'm not into. And I know that a lot of people like grow out of making makeup content, which is totally fine. I am somebody who's done that. Like I'm not making that much makeup content and I'm okay with it. But if you're switching to a kind of content that I like actively have disdain for, then I'm just gonna not care anymore. And there's a couple people who have made shifts to, I don't know if I would say like full-blown like family vlogging, but just oversharing of things that I'm like, why does the entire internet need to know this information? Honestly, all of this has helped me kind of disconnect from like parasocial connections I had to creators, because I used to have a lot more. I definitely did. We all did. I feel like it's something that everybody kind of falls into, especially if it's somebody that you've watched for a really long time. Like for the longest time, I still feel like connected to like Grace Helbig and the Vlog Brothers, because it's like, A, I've met them on multiple occasions, and B, they were there when I first started making content. Honestly, I said this on Twitter. I was like, there is no human creator on YouTube, on the internet, that I have a more parasocial attachment to than Jenna and Julian's dogs. But I think in leaving behind a lot of the kind of content and the stuff I was watching and the stuff I was interacting with and paying attention to, leaving that behind has kind of, I don't want to say like deprogrammed, but helped those parasocial feelings and those feelings of like needing to have my finger on the pulse of social news at all times. It helped me kind of disconnect from that, which is really nice because, again, if I care about something, I will pay attention to it. Like, if it's something that is like vital information, and I will pay attention to it. But like, so much of the stuff that people were talking about on drama channels back in the day had no bearing on my life and really didn't matter all that much. I'm like, why do we care about which TikToker is dating another TikToker? We don't care. I think I want to do this screen. Galactic Gala. We're gonna try this. Ooh, that's fun. Ooh, that's so 80s. Although they didn't have that much shimmer, now that I'm thinking about it. You know what I mean, though? This is such a scatterbrained video, but my Get Ready With Me's are always scatterbrained. Hello, and welcome to my channel. It's been a while. That should be my catchphrase. Abby, it's been a while, because I'm so irregular with uploading lately. But honestly, so is everything else about my life. Irregular. Not everything. And really, all of this is to say, like, that's kind of why I haven't been super, like, regular with uploading, because the stuff that I'm interested in talking about now and the stuff that I've noticed myself really being interested in, really putting a lot of brain power and focusing on, are things that I really wasn't posting content about on my YouTube channel. I used to post way more stuff about music back in the day, but like not as much lately because it started to kind of dip in popularity on my channel, and then I kind of leaned into the makeup stuff, which I was excited and interested in makeup that much at the time, so it's not like I was disingenuous in making content about makeup. That also happened to be a very popular topic to talk about in the time, but now it's kind of not. There's like a handful of people that I still see posting content about makeup. Some people are like, kind of feel like they're stuck in 2016. And then some people are like still just making stuff that it's always been the way that they've done it. And it works for them. And that's awesome. I wish I still had the same interest that I had 6 years ago, because it would be a lot easier to make content on a regular basis if I was interested in all the same things. But also, like, we all grow up, really. I've grown up so much on YouTube. It's kind of weird thinking about it. Like, I used to be like an insufferable pick-me girl. Look at me now. I definitely suffered from not like other girl-itis. I feel like we all did. Honestly, all of us in this age range, because of the media and because of the way that movies portrayed girls in movies, we either had to be the like cool art girl or the like ditzy cheerleader type. And it was like, you had to fit into one of those boxes. And because of the media and because of the internet, it just cultivated this really toxic mindset that put both of those groups of women against each other, which is not useful. What am I talking about anymore? Honestly. I like this look though. These are fun colors. I feel like I need a green inner corner highlight. Yes. Am I making sense right now? Because I haven't posted a video in a long time, and I really hope that I make sense. It's like I have all these ideas in my head, but I don't know how to get them out of my head because there's too many going all at once. It's like I don't know what to make because I have so many ideas of what to make. It's like I've been sitting on this idea of doing a manga shelf video and posting it on TikTok for months, but I haven't done it. I have makeup palettes upstairs that I've been meaning to break for a video. Haven't done it. I just kind of have to come to terms with the fact that that's okay, that I'm just kind of making stuff as I go and making things that I want to make. And if it works out and I make the things that I've talked about making for a long time, then that's great. But if it doesn't, that's also okay. Like, it's also fine. And I need to let myself be okay with that just because it hurts my YouTube algorithm. Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I just don't want to post videos altogether. But then other times I look at the people that I know and the people that I've met and the friends that I've made along the way, both ones that I plan on seeing in the future in real life, ones that I have met in real life before, ones who I have never met, who I have known for over a decade. It's like, I'll think about, oh, do I want to keep making videos? Do I want to keep at this? and then I'll see my friends and I'll think about it and I'm like, no, I'm not done with this yet. I will say I'm not very good with change. I'm really not. Never have been. Don't know if I ever will. I had a temper tantrum when I came home and my parents had changed the color of my bedroom walls. I don't like change. I need to finish this blush. I don't know if I'll ever finish it. I don't know. It's just something that I think a lot, and especially now with more people talking about like how the beauty community has kind of changed so much, in some ways for good and in some ways for bad. It is a little bit funny how sometimes people on TikTok will act like that they discovered something for the first time, when people like Michelle Phan discovered it like a decade ago. I saw a TikTok the other day that someone said that people are calling Gen Z the Columbus generation because they think they discovered things. And I thought that was very funny. I use Water Brat on my cheek. I haven't used that in so long. And see, I like putting on makeup. I don't like washing my makeup brushes. That's still kind of annoying that I need to be better at. But sometimes when I think about like, what was the last makeup I bought? I think it was like some like cream eyeshadow things from About Face, and then a couple liners from About Face. I really do like About Face products, the ones that I've tried. And then like I get stuff sent to me from like Odin's Eye. Oh, I should probably take these out too. Those aren't the cutest things in the world. Ooh, these bangs are so long right now. Oh my god. It's giving very like 70s, 80s though, which is kind of nice for what my earrings are. Actually, the bangs are kind of cute. I don't mind them like that. I'm not used to my bangs being this way because I usually keep them shorter, but I'm growing them out because when I go get my haircut, I'm gonna want the hairstylist to like do my bangs in the way that makes sense with my haircut. So I'm letting them grow. I don't know, what's it giving? It's giving like 80s camp counselor. It's so giving 80s camp counselor. Where's my glasses chain? I have a glasses chain somewhere. What was this video even about? Really? I just needed to kind of talk at you guys for a little bit because I haven't done that in a while. And it's something that's been on my mind, and I feel like I've talked about it semi in roundabout ways a couple of times before, like back during the pandemic and everything. But I don't know. It's like, it's not that I'm not making content that often because I don't want to, but it's like it's almost like I forgot, not like I forgot how, but I got in such a kind of cycle, not a rut, but I was making a lot of the same kind of content for so long that now I'm like, wait, what do people like now of other content? Because I watch so much. I watch so many kinds of content. Most of it is about like bad movies and stuff. I watch a lot of content about bad movies. It's very fun for me. But it's like I'll see people making things that I like, that I love how they do it, and then I'm like, oh, well, I can never do it as well as they do, so why would I bother? I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Today's song of the day, actually, I've been listening to the new Hozier record like crazy nonstop. And Selby Selby Part 2 is your song of the day. It's the second track off the record, Unreal Unearth, and it's so good. Oh my god, it's the funkiest little, oh, it's so good. I highly recommend you listen to the entire album because it's amazing. Yeah, Hozier's new record, Unreal Unearth. Go listen to it. It's amazing. It's so good. Thanks for sticking around. I know that some people came here expecting me to make a certain kind of content until the end of time, and some people have been here for a really long time, and they just know that, yeah, sometimes Abby just like switches up things that she's into, and you know, that's normal. That's so normal. The fact that people, like a lot of people who can keep making the same content year in, year out for such a long time, they do it as a job. They do it as their main source of income. They look at it as like a job. They have editors working on stuff. Surprise, I edit everything myself. I don't have editors. So it is kind of interesting seeing like all these people who are getting big now. They're being like, oh yeah, my editor. And I'm like, I'm my own editor, okay. Let me know if you have any thoughts about this, if you've been thinking about this at all, because I've been thinking about it a lot. Several months ago, I mentioned a feeling that I get, and someone said in the comments, they're like, I'm pretty sure that's rejection-sensitive dysphoria. And I was like, I looked it up and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense for me. Oh, again, this year of realizing things, you know? Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know in the comments, I don't know, anything you're particularly interested in hearing me talk about. The sky's the limit, and there's so many things that I could talk about. Let me know what I should talk about if you're curious about stuff. If you would like to follow me on any of my other social media, I am the most active on Twitter. That's Abers07, as well as Abers07 on Instagram, which I'm not super active on. TikTok, I'm active in watching things because Josh sometimes will send me like 40 to 50 TikToks a day that we get to sit down and watch at the end of the day for like over half an hour to an hour, depending on how long the videos are that he sent me, because he sends me a lot of them that are like 3 to 7 minutes, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sit and watch this entire thing. I don't think TikTok should be longer than 3 minutes personally, because I cannot sit there and watch a vertical video for like 9 minutes. It's weird and I don't like it. Thanks again to Warby Parker for sponsoring today's video. You guys should definitely go check out the links below, and I will see you guys in my next video, whenever that may be.